Dearest Kevin Harstem de Koning, I am writing to you today as a 3700 MMR Diamond Terran player from the North American server. My complaint is that the Zerg race is imbalanced due to its ability to easily dictate the pace and direction of games in the TVZ matchup. My opponent, in the attached replay, opened with a pool first build, which he used to attack me with early roaches. After this, I was at a significant disadvantage and did my best to regain a footing in the contest. Barcode proceeded to harass me with Mutalisk, which are imbalanced due to their speed and ability to destroy SCVs. By using these imbalanced tools, my opponent eventually overcame me. My request is that you would examine the replay I have provided and answer the question, is Zerg imbalanced? Or do I suck? Thanking you in anticipation of your response, and with the highest regards, I remain yours with utmost sincerity. BorosiveKyle, a 3.7k MMR Diamond Terran from North America with a simple question. Is Zerg imbalanced? Or does he suck? Let's figure it out. And indeed, this Terran versus Zerg starts with a pool first. Now, a pool first is very special, okay? It is a fat, waving red flag in your face. It's as if the girl that you're dating gains 10 kilos in a month and a half. Either she's getting overweight or she's pregnant. Either way, probably wise to run and change your identity as fast as you can. And it's the same for Terran. The moment you see a pool first, you can't really know which one of the two options it is. It either is going to be 2 to 4 links, maybe trying to kill an SCV, or maybe just defensively using them, or it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roaches running across the map and trying to freaking kill you. The correct response is to just build a bunker on the high ground. And as BorosiveKyle is scouting, that is pretty much what I am expecting here. You have to respect it, all right? It's like in high school, you sometimes had these kids that would fake punch you. And then when you'd flinch or move back, you duck away from the pretend punch, they would laugh at you. Oh, you flinched. It's like, yeah, I flinched. You obviously have severe brain damage and you don't understand the consequences of your actions. There's a decent chance, you might have actually hit me on purpose or not on purpose. I'm not sure how good you are at judging speed. Like, yeah, I'm gonna play it safe. Like, I'd rather look like an idiot flinching for your punch 20 times while you're not really hitting me than actually get punched in the face. Like, the repercussions of that are way worse. Like, it might hurt my teeth. I might actually get enough brain damage to become a 3.7k Terran player, or even worse, I'm sure there's way worse things out there that could still happen, but I currently can't imagine them. Either way, let's see what our good friend BorosiveKyle is gonna do. Is he going to take the punch to the face? So far, no bunker quite yet. Is not scouting with a Reaper either. Could have just kept that SCV just patrolling over here, patrolling in this general area to see at least the closest path to his main base. Probably would be a good play to go for, but it's not currently what Borosive is doing. He's going to... So ideally, I think what you want here is marine production on the reactor, tech lab on the factory, and then get a cyclone the moment you know it's roaches. You can actually give up the Reaper for that. Like, you can run it across the map. You can sacrifice it into the main base if you want to. Or you can sacrifice it in the middle of the map while you're trying to scout what it is. Our good friend Borosive did nothing of the sort. Okay, now he's going to run it across the map. Sees, hey, it's 4 roaches. That's quite a bit, isn't it? It's going to need to give up the low ground, instantly build a bunker here on the high. Another way you can respond to this, by the way, is to get mines and marauders over here. So just kind of give up your low ground, you up the depots, get marauders, put them in the bunkers, and hope everything is going to be just fine. I'm not sure if everything is going to be just fine. Hellions are actually dealing quite a bit of damage here, as these units are all lining up. Real nice. And we have our first marine coming out. Ideally could, woulda, coulda, shoulda been a marauder. Mine is gonna burrow and will actually burrow in time. That's a pretty big deal. So when it comes to terrible defenses, this one is honestly not half as bad as many other terrible defense I've seen. I'm not entirely sure about the triple bunker. Like, I think 1 bunker here would have been good enough. 2 bunkers is definitely good enough. And 3 bunkers is... I'm sensing a certain amount of overkill there that is being used. No cancel on the low ground depot here either. And at this point, I think we could pretty much conclude the game. In a high-level game, which this is not, in a high-level game, this would be completely over. We're working with 23 workers to 34. The counter-harass possibilities are not there. They don't exist. Not yet, at least. Maybe in the future. But right now, not here. We're going to get a Banshee out. It's going to come out in 40 seconds from now. Cloak hasn't started yet. That's going to take another 80 seconds from here. Lair is already done. We have a queen, at least a queen per base. We're getting roaches out defensively. We're getting more links out. And we're up 16 workers and up a base. Like, theoretically, this game really is as over as it comes. But I've seen a lot of games at this particular level. And I know that a game is never over until it's over. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, as they say. And I haven't heard anyone singing quite yet. But yeah, you never know when that's going to happen. Bunker remains alive for whatever reason. I don't quite understand why that is the case. Like, we legit need every single penny we can get. Getting supply block at this point is also not the greatest thing you can do, having to drop depots over here. I'd love to see a third CC go down, maybe even in the wall, providing a little bit of extra safety. If you have that CC in the wall, it might actually allow you to run these Hellions across the map and go and use them what they're meant to do. Harass! You don't build Hellions for safety. If you wanted safety, you could have opened up with an eBay and made your natural a planetary, which is something that certain Terrans at certain levels do. I'm not a huge fan of it, but honestly, it probably would have almost been... Actually, it probably would have been better than building 5 Hellions and just leaving them in your natural, doing nothing with them. Like, this is not scary at all. Your opponent has dealt a bunch of damage. You know you need to deal some counter damage. You're down in eco. You're down in tech. Like, the least you could have done is try, but we're waiting until both of these Banshees finish up and we have 5 Hellions, and only then do we move across the map. But at this point, look at that. We actually have a bunch of links out. We have these 2 roaches in here too. Our barcode player is moving them to the left for whatever reason that potentially could give us an opportunity to kill something. Does not seem like BorosiveKyle is into that though. Instead, he's just idling on the creep, giving his opponent full information as to where his units are. Also attack the Ling Roach with his 2 Banshees. So far still has dealt absolutely 0 damage, or even hasn't even attempted to do any damage here whatsoever. Hellions go back home. The funny thing about these units is that they completely drop off like 6.5, 7 minutes into the game. The moment we get enough queens, a 4th base, enough Ling, Bane, and maybe roaches or whatever the Zerg is building to deal with these Hellions. These Hellions, they don't scale so well into a later game. They're built early on to try and deal some damage. And if you don't deal any damage with neither Hellions or Banshees, life is just generally going to be quite a struggle, at least in my mind. Mutas are also coming in. Another thing, by the way, that Hellions do very, very well is scouting. Through their pressure, you can often see, hey, what units are being built, what isn't being built, what's the drone count. Sometimes you can run into a natural and maybe see the tech there, or you can fly into a natural with 2 Banshees and maybe see the tech there. See a not so quick response here out of BorosiveKyle. And when he does respond, it's going to be with 2 Banshees, which he cloaks as he arrives. 8 Marines who have stimmed twice already. I'm not sure where they've been stimming towards, but they're not really helping anything out. I'm always so interested what they're like. What has a higher priority at this point for BorosiveKyle than dealing with those mutas? Like, what is the most urgent business in this moment? Rather than saving the only base that still has some SCV mining going on. I guess it's everything but dealing with the mutas. It's amazing. I felt like I had some SCVs in this base at some point. He just lost 25 SCVs and he has no clue where they went. It is freaking Houdini. To BorosiveKyle, every game is like a magic trick. You know, stuff just disappears away from the screen. He doesn't really know how it works. I'm not sure if he understands how the replay function works, but if he doesn't, then StarCraft is a real mystery to him. Still have these mutas alive. Now, usually at this level, mutas actually are an APM sync and does bad. Like, the initial fly-in does something, but after that, usually it's probably better not to control them anymore. Just let them die and go play Ling Bane or something, because these players generally don't really know how to micro them. We're going to see that's going to be the case here. We have a battle that's going to occur. 18 Marines with combat shield and 0-0 upgrades. 9 minutes into the game against a 0-0 upgraded army here as well. Seems like BorosiveKyle almost is doing well, until I guess the 25 Baneling showed up. Banshee is continuing to deal damage. Now it's gonna get sent back. It's like, ooh, I was actually dealing some damage here while being invisible. People wouldn't want that. Clearly moves back. 1-1 is about to finish up. I love that Kyle here was like, you know, yes, I just lost 35 workers. My opponent has 3 base full saturation. But I think the thing that might get me back into this game is an armory, so I can start my 2-2 if I ever get 400 gas in the bank. It's like, this is a complete lack of understanding the urgency of what you need to be doing right now, which is A, moving everything across the map, or dropping in every single base with as many units as you can. Like, armory, concussive shell, like these things shouldn't even be on your mind. Like, this is nasty stuff. You know, this is not allowed, okay? God will punish you for this type of stuff. It's not okay. This is a thought crime, okay? If you were the dude in 1984, you would have been taken out by the regime real fast. Freaking concussive shell? The real issue in the last fight, when you had 6 Marines versus the 35 Banelings, was the fact that your 1 Marauder didn't slow one of the Banelings. That is our conclusion after that fight. I guess now we have 2 Marauders. Surreal stuff. Absolutely surreal. You know what is... what always kind of gives me... the ick, I think is the correct word here. Is to realize that this is a 3700 level Terran, you know? There's stuff below this still. Like, there are Terran players that are watching this. Oh, this guy looks pretty decent. I don't know what Harstem is talking about. It looks alright. This guy ain't bad. The Zerg wasn't so imbalanced. It's like... watching this, it hurts me. It's like going to hell and being mercilessly tortured by Satan for 250 years. And then after 250 years, he goes like, alright, that was stage 1. This was the easy one. He goes, what the hell? He's like, now stage 2, you're gonna watch a 2400 MMR Terran player. It's like, no! He starts 2-2 on 3 barracks. 34 workers against someone that has 1800 minerals in the bank and is double the supply. Like, a complete misunderstanding of how to allocate resources, not just in-game resources, but also time. Like, we could be doing other things right now. Yeah, uninstalling StarCraft, for example, but it might be a suggestion. I personally would have. Would be efficient. Like, you're not gonna win this game anymore. It's been clear since minute 4. I would have said we're allowed to leave at that point. You decided to stay in, but here, I mean, we can see it, no? We can feel it. It's over. What is this turret doing as well? Like, what is he defending? The unbuildable plates? Like, the mineral line is open. This isn't doing anything. It's like you have the most randomly placed turret. We invest in the weirdest things. Time-wise and money-wise. Hey, this guy at the end of the month, like, I can't make ends meet. I only have 50 euros back. Do I buy groceries or a 200 pink flamingo this month? It's so hard. I hate being an adult. It's like, bro. Yeah, 2 big bags of rice, that's all you're gonna need. And Marines. That's what we're popping off with. Adrenal glands about to finish up. 76 drones. And this is surreal. What is he doing at this point? He's not building workers. Not really micro an army or dropping. Just playing like tower defense. Except we don't have towers or a defense. And the opponent is significantly better. GG. Yeah, we'll have to go back here to the imbalance complaint form. I don't even know what he complains. He complains about the Mutalisk, but theoretically the game was over after the Mutalisk. I guess he could come back if he doesn't lose 40 workers. That was... One could consider that a mistake as well. The 40, you know, losing 30 to 40 workers to 9 Mutas. Sending 2 Banshees back home to cloak in front of the Mutas is not what I would call a high priority necessarily either for a Mutalisk defense. But then again, I'm not a professional Terran player, all right? I'm just a lowly Protoss, so what do I know? Well, what do I know? I know BorosiveKyle is that Zerg isn't imbalanced, but as you who sucked this game and probably will continue to suck in future games as well. All right. It's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this episode of Is It Imbalanced or Do I Suck? If you think you found some real imbalanced and you didn't think you sucked, be sure to send it in. Use the imbalance complaint form in the description down below. And maybe next week, you'll be here showing me what's good. All right. Thanks for watching and bye-bye.